We are learning more about the second Trump assassination attempt and the accused gunman, Ryan Wesley Routh, and what inspired the 58-year-old to target Trump. The suspect has a history of posting anti-Trump rhetoric, much of it mirroring Democrat talking points. The New York Post reports Routh has repeatedly railed against Trump on social media and posted about his alleged threats to democracy. And yes, that echoes precisely what we hear from Democrats, including Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden. The suspect wrote, "Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose." Sound familiar? Word for word what we hear from Democrat leadership. He also posted, "We cannot afford to fail. The world is counting on us to show the way." And after the July assassination attempt at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania, he posted this to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He wrote, "You should visit the victims in the hospital of the Trump rally victims and attend the funeral of the firemen that died. Trump certainly never would show the world what real leaders do." Let's cross now to Florida to speak to Newsweek's senior editor-at-large and senior counsel for the Article 3 project, Josh Hammer. Josh, what more can you tell us about the suspect and how he managed to come so close to President Trump with an AK-47 style rifle?
Rita, unfortunately, I do not have any good answers to the second question. I mean, what I can say, which I can conclude pretty close to West Palm Beach. I live about an hour from there, and I'm sure that you can conclude as well, living halfway around the world. The Secret Service clearly has not learned any of the relevant lessons whatsoever from the near miss, the near assassination of Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania in July 13. Now, I saw some people saying that Donald Trump playing a round of golf at Trump International, West Palm Beach, was an off the record, off the books trip. I'm sorry, that is ludicrous. It doesn't matter whether it was on the record or off the record. Donald Trump spends the vast majority of his time in Palm Beach, Florida. And when he's not at Mar-a-Lago, he's probably and usually golfing at that very golf club. It's 10 minutes from Mar-a-Lago. It's his home club. It is freaking excusable for this to have possibly happened there. As far as the nature of the suspect himself, I think the social media track record, unfortunately, speaks for itself. This was actually a pretty known guy. The New York Times and Semaphore, two very well-known outlets in the U.S., both interviewed him. In fact, last year, he was on Fed's radar because he was traveling to Ukraine, trying to recruit Afghans fleeing the Taliban, trying to launder them through Iran to get to Ukraine to fight the Russians. He was extraordinarily zealous, unusually so, you might say, for the Ukrainian cause. But he was on the radar of law enforcement because he has two prior federal convictions as well, including for one gun charge back in 2002 in North Carolina when he was illegally owning a fully automatic weapon in violation of a prohibition era statute from the 1930s. To say this is inexcusable, Rita, I think would be an understatement. It's disgusting. I'm appalled. Thank God Donald Trump is safe.